With me now, the lawmaker who was lied to last year, Congressman Randy Forbes of Virginia. Congressman, good evening. Thanks for being with us. What did you think when you received the evidence that those released from jail were felons? And when the ICE director said none of them were, was he under oath?
Well, Judge, that's just the thing. I think people today no longer believe this government, whether it's the IRS, the Secretary of State, or the White House itself. Our allies no longer believe it. Our citizens no longer believe it. In that particular situation, this wasn't just a happenstance questioning. Chairman Goodlatte had made him stand up, take an oath, swear that he'd tell the whole truth. You heard what he said, and now the facts dispute him. He was just lying to us in that hearing.
You know, Congressman, it is, I was a judge. Somebody lied under oath. In my courtroom, it's called perjury. But there seems to be nothing done. But I want to talk to you about how the administration kind of tried to get out of it. What they said was that the releases that did, when they finally admit, and when you had the goods, involve individuals with significant criminal histories were by and large dictated by special circumstances outside of our control. What does that mean? Somebody was acquitted, somebody was exonerated. Did the president pardon them? You know, use his pen and his phone to commute their sentence?
Well, Judge, first of all, if that was in fact the case, they still lied. They didn't tell us that we released these individuals and there was some sort of special circumstances. They only made that up after the fact. The second thing is, you know how tough it is to get some of these people anyway, charge them or convict them with crimes, and they just unilaterally release them back, aggravated felonies, back into our communities. The other thing that we didn't even see on that exchange was the fact that they acknowledged that they were releasing gang members back, didn't even know whether they were releasing them or not. And this is just a very, very frightening thing for us when you look at all the problems that the United States is facing in security today.
And what was stunning is they said something like, we didn't even know that they had the records that we had until after we released them, and we started hearing about it from the media. I mean, if this weren't so deadly serious with criminals being released into our neighborhoods without notice to anyone in the quiet of the night, you know, what are you going to do about it? That, I guess, is my question. I can't keep going over what they're doing. What can you do about it now?
Well, Judge, the other thing, just add one more point. They weren't blindsided with this question. My staff had asked them this question almost a month before, so they had plenty of time to prepare for it. And then they came back in and still lied to us about it. The second thing to remember is, which one frightens you the most? That they intentionally did it and lied about it, or they didn't have a clue who they were releasing back into the community? Either one is very, very dangerous. So I'm going to talk to the chairman of the committee, Chairman Goodlatte. I hope that he'll look into this and perhaps we bring some charges, at least get some answers as to why, as you mentioned, this wasn't perjury and, again, just a false misrepresentation to the Congress of the United States.
But Congressman Forbes, I think it's going to get better. They're ordering all kinds of IDs, 4 million of them. I suspect that there'll be some kind of action after the midterms to make even more of these individuals legal. Congressman Forbes,
Judge,
thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right.